right, folks, we're going to try this one out. Thanks for being patient. I'll probably say that a couple more times, but it is what it is. We can't control stuff. We're going to try it out and see if this game works. Now, a couple quick notes for you at home. Things going to look very similar on broadcast here, but frankly, here's the update. As we watch Nick Cool try to win his gulag and swap to other POVs and see pistol fights galore, you're going to see a lot more pistol fights galore, especially early game, as expected. Look at this swing. Here's the update. We're trying some things out, all right? We're trying to get things going for you. We're headed to World Series of Warzone Trios playlist, which does not allow shotguns, which means it's now the sniper shootout. Pistols, snipers, it's what you're going to see. Car 98s all day, every day, all right? So we're headed to this playlist. Again, World Series of Warzone rules means there's several other things you won't see, cluster mines or what have you, on the map. You've seen a lot of scrims, a lot of tournaments played in this playlist. But that's our update. That's what we're going with. So we'll see what happens, and we'll make the best of it. Appreciate you all being here, and excited to see some great Call of Duty action. Tiff, how are you feeling? S4 and Jason's in trouble.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. We are straight vibing, and hopefully Jace can vibe too. He's literally 5 HP in a dream and trying to withstand Deus Amir on the other side. Now once the zip comes out, and even with the reach out, we can't make it happen.
Close. Very, very close there, Jace, but hopefully his team can get things back and forth, get things going, buy back his team. Looks like Brax is having a good time. Looking for a couple eliminations. Unfortunately, Ebates goes down. And gonna head to the gulag as well. A couple kills to boot across the board as we swing over to Future. See how things are going over here. Does look like you have the Car 98. Other note, by the way, because we made the loadout change, and we made the change specifically with going to World Series of Warzone Trios playlist. No shotguns. We are allowing the starter pistol, a.k.a. the Core 45, to be picked up as well. Walking highlight reel. 3, 2, 1. See you later. Fly back in. Not on Future's watch.
At least he's already locked in the Car 98, has the starter pistol on the deck, so that's good, right? And these are interesting things. You also talk about the World Series of Warzone playlist, which we're also going to see that fire sale occur every time. I believe it's right at the beginning of Circle 3, so you'll have access to that if your teammates do fall. Of course, you're not going to be able to utilize the reinforcement fares, the gulag reentry tokens, or the redeploys, but that is going to be one of your biggest times to load up on your bunker busters, get your UAVs, and then I'll be curious of what kind of perks our competitors are going to be using.
Yeah, no, this is such a great call out. The World Series of Warzone playlist, a bunch of different rules. It's kind of similar to Ranked if you've seen that before. And yeah, a totally different gameplay loop when you have an automatic buy station. Fire sale every third circle. So fun to watch that play out here if we can get this going. Something worth noting, Tiff. Talk to me a little bit about what this team's doing. They're going for the bunker here to potentially go pick up some extra resources, and I quite like this play.
Yeah, sometimes you can find board site in there, which will give you all the circle information all the way down to the very end of the game. So you just have that in your back pocket and can just focus on racking up those eliminations. Because we talked about the format at the top of the show and we kind of briefly touched on it. There are points multipliers for all of your eliminations based on the placement that you are currently sitting in. So wanting to get as many eliminations as you can coupled with that multiplier is the way. But when you jump over to Swag's POV, Goj, a lot of things moving on right here that were exactly what we thought we'd see.
Yep, lots of pistols, lots of team fights. Good comms there from Swag. Unfortunately, not looking like it's going to come through for a team win. Maybe Sage could win that off screen, but immediately Swags into the gulag against Gabe. And again, you can use anything you want in the gulag when you come out. Got to figure it out.
There we go. He's just so listening to all the team's comms and just sending it. Gabe, well, he got worked right there, and Swag back to Urzikstan. Checking in with Huskers, Brolic, Pieman. Now, a squad that would be so strong on the snipes, and just seeing how we kind of work around these solar panels, and, well, that's the full that we want to see. Oh, imagine if that connects.
I'm telling you, keyboard and mouse players right now are singing this format's praises because this is where they thrive. Snipers in hand, Huskers is a walking highlight reel. We'll see if he's able to put something here on main. And again, buybacks, restabilizing, team rebuilding after you get knocked is going to be so much more difficult with this really restrictive rule set. And that's what's fun about some of these events and being able to try new things out, especially when all snipes all day. It truly is a shootout here, Tiff, as Husk does connect. Should try to clean up here.
They invested the bunker buster from Pyman onto that building, so you'll immediately see people just run out of dodge. Also, I really expected more of those bouncing Bettys. You lay that trap, Pyman goes down, close range incoming there, you crack them all. Can we preserve the self-res? There goes the full, a nice wait, sniped from a distance, not here at Outpost, not like that.
Sweet pie, man. I'm so sorry, my friend. That's what happens when it's sniper shootout galore. Swinging around the map, trying to connect, having to restabilize as a team, and well, guess what? There's swimmers. Find them. Connect to the shots, able to knock one. Nice job.
That's another squad eliminated. Hopefully they still have the gulag in the back pocket, but for those that don't, well, GG go next. We'll see you in the next one. Good thing we've got 6 custom lobbies and we're just getting underway with map number 1, traversing just on the outskirts here. And for Zach, Hollow, and Aydan, I think this is a really strong spot on the map to be on the outskirts of city and just be ready for anyone rotating out.
Here the comms. Sunday playing with Scripta and Lily. Scripta's kind of playing IGL right now based on the situation at hand. Playing Edge of Gas here. This is really tough. Went ahead and PA'd for a little zone off to try to make this rotation. I like to call to go through the building, but the problem is you don't have a lot of resources to your name. You're gonna have to play through the gas. Now, you do see that Sunday has the durable gas mask, so they could make a gas play here if they're getting held too aggressively. This rat being read by their opponents.
Yeah, this is tough, right? So they're already rotating and Scripta gets tagged by the sniper. You see Lily go really low. For now, they're just going for a moment of reprieve, Vinder, but they're getting held, and I'm not really sure what they're going to be able to use. We have tear gas grenades. We do not have smokes here, and yes, you've got a PRD in your back pocket, but it's not going to matter, and honestly, I think they're all going to fall here. Blast is going to be on the opposing side.
Yeah, it's so difficult to wrap. I mean, they can't use thermals, so smokes are going to be your best friends for this rotation. Just the problem is when you don't have those redeploy zips, like, there's really not much you can do besides just hope that your opponents either get bored or get third-partied, which frankly will happen a lot as we get later into this map. But right here, second circle closing. At this point, it's just kind of you got to win your ones and win the snipe off. So it looks like nobody's going to be winning the snipe off against Future. Taking down one and hopefully able to keep his teammates alive. Connects on another, warding off his opponents.
Way to do it. That's going to be Smixy, though. Not what you want to see for that squad. And, well, you close the distance straight with the starter pistol, Core 45 in hand. Can we hit the snipe? We grab the plates right off him. Hopefully the teammates can close the distance and grab the rest of them. There you go. J Devise. That's a full squad wipe.
Big wipe as we move into the third circle. 4 kills here for Future. This is such a great pickup by this team, by the way. Future known for his sniping prowess. And, I think could be a difference maker for this team. Teeny and Obs do play with Tommy in competitive formats, but here's that fire sale you were talking about, Tiff, and especially if you have a portable buy, this is a massive boon. Look at the discounts, 50% across the board for everything. So advanced UAVs, obviously going to go up. Here's what we see time and time again in Warzone competitive. 3 UAVs, pop them, get info for where your opponents are, and then make your move.
It's going to be really smart to do here. And even with the deployable covers for the open areas, you can just pop in and out of cover. Now, granted, yes, they've tried to set up a play here, but we've already lost 2 members. One gets fooled, and now Deo Samir does have the cash to get the teammates back, but is still not ready to disengage from this. Takes a couple more shots and then says, okay, we got the fire sale, so we get the cheap buybacks, but where's our closest buy station? Sometimes our players do oftentimes keep that portable buy in check. Doesn't seem like he has it, but doubling back down, eliminating their ability to use that redeploy to get closer to Deus is such a smart play.
It's great play indeed, and back to the gulag we go because it's time to see what Huskers is able to do. Against flanked on the other side. Looks like it's going to play it slow here. Here's the footsteps. Bide your time, Huskers. We're into the overtime, so time is ticking. Looks like Huskers gets first blood and hits the zip. Can he hit the tracking? No! Flight sneaks out of there. Says, this is not worth my time. I'm not winning this. I'm just getting out of dodge.
It's fine. Just leave Huskers down in the gulag. No big deal. I think he just wrapped up, 30 hours of travel straight into the, what are you calling it, the Shotty Shootout now? Not the Shotty, it's the Snipe Shootout. There we go. And the Melee Fest for Breadman.
Hop in the Hummer. Okay.
Okay.
Detonate button on my C4.
Oh, I would love to see him snipe somebody. Oh! What?
Did you just manifest that, Ghosh? Did you just manifest that?
He's changing settings after that, not even blinking an eye. I mean, I guess he does that all the time, but hello, welcome to the party, Breadman. Put that one on Twitter later. Good grief.
I never get sick of seeing things like that. Now, granted, since this is now snipers and starter pistols only, maybe we're going to see some crazy trick shots being focused on. But for now, everyone just seems to be going for the eliminations, at least for map number 1.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Figure it out. You can hear some good comms. This team came to play. They're making it. I really like this rap, by the way, from Brax to get on top of the hill and redress this fight. We see some action on screen as Swag is pushing the equation down low. Pistol to hand, unfortunately, gonna fall. Hopefully, teammates can help out.
Not sure how he just got behind Swag so easily without him noticing. The first comm we hear is, I'm going to bunker buster, and that's great, but they decide to double back around behind Swag, and he just gets caught out. Hopefully Adrian and Co can clutch up there. For now, Nickel, starter pistol in hand, grabs one. Job's not done, but operating inside of these smokes is going to allow to, you know, no thermals, no visibility. Everything's fine.
Gotta do what you gotta do if you're Nick Cool. Right now, it's all smokes all day because there are people hunting them. Brad's got the idea. Let's get some live pings all day, every day. Recon drones, extremely useful in competitive formats, content forward formats, and everything in between. Information is key at every level of Call of Duty here, Tiff.
So is hitting your shots with a sniper. You love to see that one. Brolic on the opposing end gets fooled back into the recon drone for the information. Now, you are seeing where it's like these targets are unable to be tracked, which is also going to show us what different perk packages people are using. I'm seeing a lot of Ghost. We're also seeing a lot of Mountaineer. But for Breadman, he does have restock on and constantly resupplying on smokes and C4s. Now, granted, remember, Ghosh, we had that big moment where the C4s got nerfed.
Yeah.
Sure, the rework, whatever you want to call it, still very a viable option here.
Yeah, that's the thing about the C4, rework and nerf is that it did make some changes that are super important, but that doesn't change the fact that it's extremely effective, right? Like, you can still use it in your loadouts, you can still use it to nearly maximum efficiency. It's just going to change the actual, like, detonation range and how much damage it was doing at a massive range. So this time, if you're going to throw the Frisbee that is a C4, you need to nearly connect with it to make sure you get the full knock. But Super Evan's team on the push, on the hunt, connecting both ways, 1, 2, 3, but unfortunately, looks like Otter just barely gets the trade, but here comes the bunker buster. Super Evan's in trouble.
And it's Z Smith E-Bates on the opposing side. Now, I remember watching a lot of sniping from Z Smith in particular when he was rocking kind of during that Signal 50 meta and coming back to the Car 98, which is just so much more of a comfort snipe, right? You know that you can hit those shots a lot more easily than the Signal 50 at some point in times when you're learning on that. But to see that come through here in the Shotty, I'm going to call it the Shotty Shootout.
No, just keep calling it the Shotty Snipe Shootout. That's the name of the event. It's just we get to reminisce about the shotguns right now based on our format. It is what it is. Yeah, definitely. We can't change the title at this point. It's still Shotty Snipes. We're still using them.
Yeah. They're here in spirit.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll just, the Shotty is on the starter pistol. It's fine.
I know. If there's a way we could put some slugs into some starter pistols and get fancy, I'd be down. Yeah, Dragon's Breath starter pistols, that would go crazy. Not gonna lie.
I just remember days of incendiary rounds and so many things. For now, all chaos. Regardless of Z-Smith and E-Bates pushing that fight, E-Bates does lose his life and we haven't been able to get him back yet. It does see that the team has enough money in terms of DJ Moss and Z-Smith, but we don't see the buy come through. For the most of our teams, they're just finding themselves in the gulag.
Scouting galore. Redman, high IQ player, was asking us a lot of questions about format stuff to see if he could use all the things he wanted to, because he just wanted to outsmart his opponents. And frankly, that's what he's doing right now. Recon drones so helpful. And also, speaking of recon drones being helpful, they're also way harder to shoot out in this format because you have to spend the time to snipe those recon drones out of the air, which frankly will take a hair longer if they're hard to reach and you have to expose your shoulder or something than just throwing like some AR bullets up into the air. So having to step out, snipe, reload, and get prepared for the next fight could prove difficult for some players, and Bread's going to make sure it's way up into the air, so they have to expose their shoulder to him so you can take him out.
All right, so it looks like we're hunting loadouts here, right? Now, the circle is pulling north of cargo. Lola is already here, and for the teams that aren't near that next area, might be rotating out of pop-off power, and there's still multiple squads in the vicinity, you need to take your time and see if we can get teams out from these buildings, right? One steps out into the open, Deus barely hits for maybe a plate, does have 2 eliminations, but we need to figure out the way to rework around this. At least the regain did come through. He has one of his teammates back.
Yeah, we got a full team of 3 here with Husk. As we get to this in-game tip, this is where it's going to get real shisty, all right? It's the best word for it, because it is snipers and pistols only right now, the World Series of Warzone playlist, and it's going to be all equipment all day. You can see thermites being used here from Husk. He's got at least another 7 in his inventory, I can only imagine. But they back up and take closer to center circle. They do have a big vehicle nearby as well, the old Bertha to help out for late-game cover. If this circle pulls to another location, we might see our very first in-game. I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's smart, right? You call it the Bertha, but I'm like, if you bring an LTV to the end game and maybe a trophy system and kind of use that for cover, that could be the founding nature of what you need to make that last chance. Or you just have a solid quick scoper on your squad that just goes nuclear in the end game, but you got to get there first. And Deus Amir still skirting this line, just has to go right into the open. A couple smokes come through and make things more challenging for him, but he does have a deployable cover in the back pocket, brings it right on out, and well, got a bit further to go.
Cutting through slowly their competition to make it to this loadout. Couple Kar 98s, pistol or otherwise. Nice play on a track, Deus Amir. Player advantage, extremely key when it comes to this limiting loadout. Pistol snipers, if you have 2, certainly helpful. Unfortunately, somebody sniping your way as well. Through the smoke, live pinged, and down you go.
Down you go, and down goes another bunker buster. Gets out of dodge, takes maybe 60 damage there. Plates back on up. Now, the only thing is, it started taking away at the durable gas mask. The smokes come through to show that the team is rotating in behind, but when you have one of the only buildings in that next circle, this is going to be a huge standoff that Levi and Zeppa are going to need to hold down the fort. But Swish has all 3 members up of her squad and still trying to get out of cargo.
Make a move here, Swish. You can see Taylor and Valid Hands comms going crazy. Swish connects on 1. This is going to be a resource battle, frankly, Tiff. I mean, the amount of plates that will be cracked in this in-game is insane because of the snipers fully breaking plates with 1 single shot. All you have to do is connect for just a second, and all of a sudden, they're having to replay back up. I think armor boxes are going to be necessary in this competition.
Well, that is definitely good, and I'm looking at the backpack, and there's really not much, but Unrational's team is rotating right on into where we saw Levi and Zeppa. Unrational's asking for someone to open the door. There goes Metaphor, and the trophy system is there. Scum and falls, and well, we've got a bit of chaos here.
Trophy systems also meta in this competition. They're usually fairly helpful, but in this format, Unrational with the quick snipe helps out Metaphor at least for a moment. Unfortunately, several in their way. That's still 17 kills, 11 on the back of Unrational with a 7th place, which means they are in the 1.6x multiplier. Tiff, we're in the end game. We're in the final moments, and we're in top 5 with Smish and Sir Taylor, both in trouble, but both barely still alive if they can hang on here.
At least they held on to that 1.8x multiplier. The only extra thing you can do is hit that 2x for a win with 4 squads remaining, and Extra J has all 3 members up. So it's a 3v4, which means we have solos and maybe a potential duo across the board. So this squad has the player advantage. Can use the train here for cover, but you have to watch out. Sometimes those toes can be seen from the underside. They think they've got someone directly across, but patience, they can exercise just for the next 20 seconds or so here.
When all else fails, you're not hitting your snipes. You don't have a shotgun to use because of our playlist. It all comes down to the default pistol. What a way to end it all. Here we go. Twitty by himself is top 5, by the way. 1.8x multiplier already achieved. So at this point, all Twitty can do is just lie in wait and hope he can third party, especially when he's got the Car 98. This could actually be a huge play here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a gas mask tiff, so he's going to have to make a crazy wrap and hopefully snipe for the third party. We'll see what he's able to do.
1v2, v3 is what they're calming. And here's the deal. I'm pretty sure Extra J, when we were on them, were calming about PDSs. Loadouts to the left, and well, Twitty's got one. This will help for now. Extra J making a late play here. One smoke, and it's going to be expended right there. Hopefully the teammates have a couple, but we're going for a wrap towards the trees.
3 teams remaining. A wide wrap durable gas mask, super valuable. Getting high ground. Extra J connects. Can he clean up the pistol? Yes. Finds one. This should be the last player. Tiff, this will be our very first winner. Mayapo falls. And I believe that's a full team wipe. I believe that's a full win for the side of Extra J and company. 18 kills, doubled to 36 points. Hey, first game log. That's a great way to start off the competition.
That's what you want. Replay the snipe. The smiles are there. And despite all odds, we finish map number 1, 36 points. Now, Goj, we talked earlier at the top of the show, and we were thinking about what we were going to see points-wise. That is very much in line for normal tournaments, and it's just kind of the same thing here. 18 kills, that's a banger way to start.
Yeah, and I